on and show how I'm treating myself today. I'm treating my legs. I am doing the laser lipo pads in mode A for 30 minutes. Doing the knee area, which is a trouble area for me. And I'm also treating my stomach area with the laser lipo belt. For those of you wondering how to use the laser lipo belt, how to turn it on, you hold the bottom button here to turn that on. There's different levels and timing here, so this is for the time. I'm going to set it to 30 minutes. This will change it from 850 to 660. I like it at 850, and then there's different levels. I'm going to use it at the highest level. This is my roller that I found from Dollarama, which was $4 Canadian, that I'm going to use to elevate my knee while I'm working on my legs. So I just finished with the laser lipo for 30 minutes, and I've placed the roller, the yoga roller, underneath my knee, and now I'm going to start with radio frequency. This is what I'm going to be using on my legs, and keep in mind I am not wearing gloves because I am treating myself. I'm also going to do a hip dip correction while I'm doing the radio frequency on my legs. I'm going to try using the medium-sized cups. I do have smaller ones and I have larger ones, but I'm going to try the medium to see if it can grab more surface area. So I know there's people out there that are going to critique my movements, and that's fine. But for me personally, I do RF in whichever direction I want to, circles, straight lines. I'm basically using it for my heating component, so heat, break, drain. And right now I feel a nice warmth. I feel like it's really getting into the tissue and it feels really nice. So as you can see, the skin is getting lots of blood flow, lots of circulation, okay? And then I've got my hip dip going on there. We're almost done with the radio frequency. So now I'm done with the radio frequency for 10 minutes on my right leg, and I'm going to do a little bit of cavitation on the same leg. I don't cavitate the legs every single time. It really depends on if there's fatty deposits. I personally find with my experience that sometimes the cavitation can make the appearance of cellulite appear worse. That is a temporary situation, but it can be very unmotivating for your clients. So just keep that in mind when you're performing anti-cellulite treatments about cavitation. Okay, so I'm going to select the cavitation and I'm going to calibrate it. So if I just show you that again, if you just click on the main screen, and you can kind of hear as I'm changing it. So the closer I get to 40, you'll probably be able to hear it more. And I like to use it kind of in the lower part, so maybe 33. Okay. And I'm going to select, I like to use it in mode D. So the Kim8 does have a pulse mode, not continuous. So I'm going to use it at the max and put it for about 10 minutes. For the cavitation, I'm using ultrasound gel. I purchased this in a large quantity and I just refilled this bottle. So again, I removed all the glycerin with the spa towel and I'm going to apply the ultrasound gel. Okay, so I've placed the gel on. I'm not really distributing all over. What I'm doing is I'm just going to kind of move it around with the head. And as I'm moving the cavitation, I like to use a very slow movement. Sometimes I do use the sandwich technique. But if you just want to move nice and slow, and again, I'm not wearing gloves because it's me. So before anyone freaks out, I do use gloves for my clients. I like to concentrate in the knee area. But I will do the upper part of the leg as well. So just remember, if you're using 30K, it has a max depth of 24 millimeters and 40K is 16 millimeters. Okay, so now that I've finished with decavitation, I'm gonna go on to the vacuum therapy and solid suction. So selecting the vacuum, I'm gonna go about halfway here, no release. So if you wanna release, if it's uncomfortable, I like to have one. I'm gonna leave it on solid suction because that's what works best for my legs. And for the RF, I'm just gonna put it about halfway, and I'm just gonna put it for about 10 minutes. For the oil that I use, it's a blend that I make myself. So I have two here. I have a fat burning oil with essential oils in it, and I also have an anti-cellulite oil. So I'm gonna put lots of oil on so that I can get a good glide. Okay, so I've already checked my suction strength before I'm applying it to the skin, and it is in solid suction mode. And as if you can see, I'm just gonna show you a small area, but I do go all the way from the ankle all the way to the top of the leg for the lymphatic drainage part. But this actually feels really good. It took me a long time to be able to tolerate this on solid suction. At first I was very, very sensitive, and took me a long time. When I say a long time, I'm talking like 8 to 10 treatments, no joke. What I'm looking for here too is that nice rosy color, showing me that I'm getting the right amount of circulation and blood flow to the area, especially the area where I'm concerned, which is around my knees. And I am draining towards lymphatic drainage map, just so if anyone has any concern. I probably should have shaved my legs a little bit better for this, so my apologies, but I just wanted to let you know, see the full effect here of when I go all the way down and just scrape it all along. It actually feels really good. And here's my little chihuahua who likes to hang out with me while I'm doing this. And no, she doesn't stay on any blankets that are for clients, just for me. Say hi, Lola. Lola, say hi. I took off the vacuum cups for my hip dip. You can see I have a nice red mark there. And I'm just gonna vacuum some of the fluid up into that area. Actually feels really good. Okay, so I used the vacuum on my right leg on the front side for about 7 minutes. Just gonna shut this off, and I'm gonna go on to some wood therapy. This might be a little hard to video since I need both hands, but I'll try to do a little bit with one hand to show you. So I'm gonna use my cob roller. Got a good amount of circulation there already. The skin is nice and warm, thanks to the vacuum therapy and everything we've already done. So I do like to feel some nice warmth. Again, I'm using one hand right now, so it's not as effective as with two hands. So this is the cob roller, and this is a heating tool. If you can see, but the touch is actually really, really light. You don't need to put a lot of pressure for this to be effective. Now that I've used that nice cob roller to heat everything up, my skin is nice and warm, and I'm gonna go in there with my cube roller, which is a breaking tool. Again, you don't need a lot of pressure, very, very gentle. I do use the cavi wipes on my tools, so sometimes they're a little dry, so I do have to apply more oil. So this is actually one of my favorite tools. It's a multi-use tool. It's a Swedish cup and a mushroom. So I actually use this all the time. I absolutely love it. So I'm just gonna take the little mushroom part, and as I mentioned, I do have areas of concern above my knee. It's my most self-conscious spot, even more than the back of the legs. And I'm just gonna go in there, and it just feels really great actually. You can see the color of my skin, lots of blood flow. This is what will get rid of cellulite, blood flow. This is what's really, really effective. Okay, so now I'm gonna start to drain. I'm using the small cup, the one that I just showed you, and I'm gonna start from the ankle all the way up, and I'm just gonna start to do a little bit of drainage here. Again, this feels really, really great. I do have a larger one. I'll show you that one as well. The nice thing about doing this on yourselves is you always know what your clients are experiencing. So it's great to know the pressure also how well it works. I hope everybody's doing their own body, or they have someone that they can go to or trade services with. Now I'm going to use my contour board and just really start smoothing everything out. Again, going towards the lymphatic drainage map. This feels fantastic. So this contour board has different areas, so I'm using the smaller part on the lower part of the leg. Also, I have a lot of scar tissue on my leg. I was hit by a car when I was younger, and I do have a lot of scar tissue that I'm trying to work through as well. Then I'm going to go on the upper part. I'm switching the contour board. I'm going to do a zigzag motion here. And then I'm going to get right into that area where I had my vacuum cups on and just push that nice into the booty. And yes, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other leg. And then my wonderful husband, who I've trained to do the back of my legs, and there will not be a video of that, I can guarantee, but he will do the back of my legs and has been doing them for a little while now. Hope this video has been helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm switching to do the other leg. I'm actually going to turn my lipo belt on for my leg to start heating up the back of my legs.